Hey, well, it appears that our planning paid off. Got a little boss right there and another boss over there. And as you can hear, it's raining. Well, what we're doing is we're building the door rough-in, I guess door framing. And we're using a solid 4x6. And it's already been through the kiln, blah, blah, blah. So there's the main one, and we're cutting them and we're making them as we go. Now we're going to use a little larger space than some people go 1.5 inches. We go 2 inches. So these are 38 by 80 because they're going to be okay. For those of you who haven't done this before, doors and windows are usually expressed as their sizes by feet and inches. So if you have a 36-inch window square, it's not called a 36 by 36, it's called a 3-0. If it was 40, then it'd be 3-4. Get the idea? A normal entry doorway is a 3-0 6-8. So 6-8, right, would be 80, and then add the 2, 78, then it'd be 80 for adding the 2 inches for our clearance. So that's what we're doing here, is we're just mass producing. There's the first one laid out. There's a bunch of the other bits all put up, and you see some old crappy wood on top of that. We're just going to go ahead and build these and put a brace across the front just to keep the shape. That way we're probably going to move these with the tractor. And those of you who have been paying attention, yeah, the thumb is healing. No duct tape anymore. So we're going to go ahead and build 3 of these. This house has 3 doors. And then we're going to do the windows the same way. Only they'll have the jack studs. You'll see it when we get there. So the bottom line is, this is a door, that's bits, and that's a curious kitten. Of course, he's going to see me and freak right out and run away for a minute, because these are kind of feral, sort of, kind of. But anyway, we lost Miles, who you see in these videos, especially in the, he's the one sticking his tongue out at you at the in the end of the videos. And we've had him for a long time, and he's gone on to his glory now. So now, instead of 1 house cat and 3 barn cats, well, we have 3 barn cats. But that orange one you might have seen earlier, he's sort of trying to become a house cat. But hey, this ain't about cats. This is about going ahead, realizing that, and watching the weather. And it's been a good forecast, because it's definitely raining. We take a look outside the door here. The door of the schizophrenic shop, looking out over kind of just a rainy, icky day. But what we've got over there is the longer walls are built. Everything but we left the space for these door and window I guess you call them sub-assemblies. And we'll bring them out and put them in. And I don't know if it'll be this video, don't know, but there'll be another video that shows them all in before we go ahead and lift those walls into place. So, time to get back to it. Well, and here we are in the shop, and we have created, this is one of our 3 doorway, I guess, framing subframes. And we built it here in the shop because, well, you can see the weather, it's a-coming. And this is happening this time of year, well, pretty much almost every day. So we're actually building some of the sub-assemblies here in the shop where we can be out of the weather. And now we got to take them out to the job site, out to the building area. So I got the tractor with the forks being held on with my little homemade buck teeth, And I guess I'll just take you with me. If the tractor's too loud, well, sorry about that. But let's go ahead and scoop this thing up and we'll take it out where it's got to go. And yeah, the Toadstead doesn't have, you know, a fancy GoPro or anything like that. So I'm switching my camera from hand to hand, and I'll try and keep it kind of where you can see what's going on. And I'm gonna go ahead and we'll keep the tractor kind of throttled down, but we'll try not to make much noise. It probably wouldn't do to crash the tractor into anything. So, you ever try and drive a tractor through a viewfinder? That's kind of interesting. There's my lady friend is up on the building. Try not to hit the solar panels on the way by. And yes, for those of you who are wondering why this tractor should be just a little higher RPM, I'm trying to keep it quiet. And normally this would be done a little quicker, but doing this all one-handed. So if you look through there, you can see that gap in the studs. Well, that's where this door is going to end up. We're just going to set it in there temporarily, like. So we'll go ahead and man and woman handle it into place once it's there. And you can see it's still caught by the forks. So we're going to go down some more, get it towards the end of the forks, and then we'll tip it forward. Now she'll let me know if I'm getting too close to the end of the forks. Looking good? Are we starting to touch? Yeah. Of course, they're right under here. You gotta be careful that the bucket doesn't crash in, so we'll lift it up a little. And then we'll tip it forward again. Now you can see there's the bottom of one fork, there's the bottom of the other one. And that's specifically why we had the brace. Why we there? Yeah, you really see the bottom of the forks. But that's why there's a brace across the bottom of this door frame. Keep it, you know, pretty close to level. Not quite. There's a bolt hanging up right there she can't see. So we'll lift it up just a little more. And now I just felt it. You can see the forks have gone ahead and popped off. So I can just back up a tad. Normally I'd be using both hands, but well, I got the camera in one here, so now we'll lift the forks up clear, and you can see we have a little bit of a bend, but that's just the way the the way the bucket is. And we'll lift the forks up and we'll start coming down a little bit. Lift the forks up. And now we got our forks poked up in the air. And we can safely get out of the job site and get everything down here a little closer. And there you can see 1 door, 2 doors, 3 doors, and we'll just manhandle them into place. And because we had those braces on the bottom, it's maintaining, you know, the size and shape we want, but then it'll be perfected when they get put down in the walls. But just as a little bonus, somebody asked me about these forks, so I'm just going to take you with me. That's called elbow steady cam. Right. Anyway, we're gonna go over here. And now you can see the forks out there. We just lift up the grapple a tad and we can lower the bucket down, tilt the bucket forward, lower it just a hair, and then back right out of the forks. Whoop. Hey, how'd you like that finger work? Anyway, you can see the forks right there. And now we just back on out. And put the grapple back where it belongs. And then we're at least with this done, at least with this little operation, we're done. And we'll put the tractor back here where we keep it on our pad of sawdust. Make sure it's tilted all the way back. We lift it up just a little bit because now you can really see those buck teeth right there that kind of grab on and like that. Grab on to make sure that the forks don't go anywhere. And at this point, now it's just a matter of setting down the bucket. In fact, it's going to rain, so we're going to put the bucket forward just a tad so water can't collect in it. Put it down, and then we're going to leave little teeth up. Like a lot of older tractors, this one will... Oh, it'll get quieter when you shut it off, but this one will, the hydraulics will bleed down a little bit. And as it does that, kind of overnight, then the grapple will just work its way and go boop and sit nice and gentle. That way I don't have to worry about digging into the ground or bending anything. We just leave it like that overnight. Well, that's how we make sub-assemblies and get them put out where they belong. Thanks a lot for coming along for the ride. We'll see you next time.